Today I have a scrap wood challenge. I am going to turn these 2 pieces of scrap wood into cute fall pumpkins. This is a 2x6 and this is a 2x8. So they will be self-standing, so that's a plus. I'm gonna make a set of them. Let's see here, this one's 19 inches tall. I'll probably cut that down to 18. And then this one is 14. I'll probably keep it at that height. So we're gonna have 18 and 14 inches. And then to give it a little bit of a, pumpkin shape, I'm going to turn the miter saw to 45 degrees and just kind of put some angles on there. Actually, there's a knot at 18 inches. I'm going to cut this one at 17 inches. So let's measure off an inch. I'll slide this up and just kind of mark. And then same here, I want to be 1 inch from the edge. Actually, I need to do this one. This would look better at 1.5. Let's try 1.5. Yeah, we'll do 1.5 instead. Okay. And then this one, I will do 1 inch from the edges. That will miter off. So I have those 2 corners, and then this I will cut off. So I'm going to turn this miter saw table to 45 degrees. And then I will cut off 1 corner from each of these. Turn the table to 45 degrees in the opposite direction, and I'm going to cut the remaining corners off. Now I'm going to sand these to soften up all of these corners and edges. And this one even has like a footprint on there, so I'm going to sand that off. 150 grit sandpaper. I'm going to paint these a full coat of paint with latex paint. This color is called Maple Glaze. It is a bear color, B-E-H-R, that I got from Home Depot. I'm just gonna put a full coat on. I'm not gonna do the back side on these ones, but I do want to make sure I get all of the edges. While we're waiting for that to dry, I'm going to cut 2 2.5 inch long pieces of this dowel rod. This is just either pine or poplar, and it's 1 inch wide exactly. Actually, I'm gonna hold on to the long end instead. These dowel rods are going to act as the stem, and I'm going to put them in at the top. So I'm going to drill with a spade bit, a 1 inch bit because it's a 1 inch dowel, in the center of here. Let me make sure I mark the center. 1.5 is the middle of 1.5 is 3/4. So that's what I will do. And drilling into end grain is not my favorite thing to do. It takes a while, so I don't drill very far, but I'm going to just enough to notch out a spot for the dowel to sit in. I'm actually going to use Construction adhesive. This is Gorilla Glue construction adhesive. That is what I'll use to attach the stems, but having a little spot notched out just kind of helps. All right, that's all I'm going to do. Just enough to help seat that in. Okay, now I'm going to do a sanding, just a light sanding to distress this paint, give it like a worn farmhouse type of a look. See, a little bit of the wood grain is showing, especially kind of around the corners. So, okay, now I'm gonna attach these together to make them a set. And I need to figure out kind of the configuration of what would look best. So probably just need, the tall one always goes in the back, and I have it overlap about, how much is that? About 2.5 inches is what that looks like. So I'm gonna put these face down and put a couple screws in there. I need a spacer to support that one. Also need to make sure that the bottom is flush. Let me grab another board here. And let's see here, we're about 2.5 inches. Okay. All right, so grab a couple screws, at least 2 inches long. Don't want them too long because you don't want them going through the front. So I have 2-inch long screws. All right, looking so cute. Now the last thing is the stems, and I wait till last because once I have them in there, they're going to have to sit and that glue, that adhesive has to cure. What I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna put a big blob in it, and it's kind of gonna overflow a little bit, which is fine because I'm going to tie these off in raffia and put a little bow on, so if there's glue that squeezes out, it's going to be covered up. You can always add more glue too if you find that you need more. Kind of turn it, work that glue in. This one's a tad bit crooked, but actually gives it character, so I like it. You could, if it is crooked, you could get your spade bit out and re-drill it some more, but I like that look, so give it a nice little age. So now that I have those seated, glued, now these just have to cure, and then I get to go ahead and add my bows and whatever else. And so just as a wide board in the front, there's lots of space. I could do some lettering on here as well. So the possibilities are endless. So go to your scrap wood pile, see what you can find, and make yourself some pumpkins today. And if you like projects like this, then you need to be in the membership. I will put the link in the description.